Hi everyone and happy Wednesday. So today is day 3 on our series, Understanding the Wisdom of the Emotions we feel in our body. And today we're going to talk about the digestive system. But before we dive in, I should have mentioned when I started this series, some of you may wonder, how does she know any of this stuff? Well, as you know, I've been in school for the last 2 years. Actually, I'm currently not really in school right now, but and right before I started looking at Louise Hayes's book on healing your body. She's a pioneer in listening to the wisdom of your body and the emotions and the sicknesses that are caused not only from by not taking care of ourselves, like in the sense of food, because someone could eat extremely healthy, but emotionally, if they're not healthy, then that can cause havoc in our body. But the other person that I started following, and her message was, I think what she did was she and it's Julia Cannon. I don't know if any of you have heard of her, but she wrote a book, and it was to take it a little bit deeper from Louise Hayes's information that she wrote about a long time ago. And she, Julia Cannon, had written a book, Soul Speaks. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. And it just resonated because I have a medical background. She has a medical background. And then the whole metaphysic piece, or just understanding the wisdom of what our body is, telling us. I use it a lot in my work. And it's amazing when I work with a client and when we can release those emotions, emotions are just energy that's trapped in our body, how much better they feel. So I just wanted to explain that just in case, and if anybody was interested how I got my information. It is a combination of both of these ladies, pioneers in their work. And then, of course, as an intuitive, just receiving those messages, and when it's time for me to just share things that I've learned or things that are being told to me, or I should say, I don't know how you want to say, download, whatever label you want to attach to it. But anyhow, it's my truth. So anyhow, today is on digestion. So understand, when we get information in, we are digesting it. So our emotions we're digesting. So if one has issues with their digestion system, like constipation or inflammation, then like constipation is you're holding on to those emotions. You're not letting it go through you. And we are designed to feel the emotions and let it go through us, like process it. You don't want to go too fast, because sometimes if too much information comes in, too many emotions are being bombarded, and they don't know, or they feel very deeply, then sometimes you can have the opposite, where then you, instead of constipation, you have the other portion of it. I know this personally for myself, of things that I have experienced in my life. And like I reflect back and I go, oh yeah, what was going on at that time? And this was going on in my body. And it's like, oh my God, it's like, wow, like the light bulbs go off. But when we have inflammation in our body, that's holding on to anger. Anger that we don't realize that we haven't released yet. It could be an anger toward someone. It could be anger toward yourself. It could be anger toward outside, experiences, or like what's going on in the world now. So get curious with yourself. Are you holding on to or harboring any anger on what has been going on in your life, especially in the past almost 2 years, or even prior to that? Are you not processing your emotions? There's so many different things, but just remember, like, have you ever, I'll use this as an example because this happened to me when I was going When I was in the darkest place I had probably ever been in my life, and that was almost 3 years ago, before I started on this deep dive journey and really coming back home to me and, navigating through all these emotions, that as an empath, I realized that I wasn't only feeling my emotions, but my whole entire life I was feeling other people's emotions. But I wasn't processing them. So they were building up in my system, which caused medical issues within me. But get curious. What's going on in your life? Has it affected? Do you, when you, I don't know, whether it's interacting with someone, if you're still watching the news, I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to anything that they say, because I understand that there is a programming designed in there, but that's for a totally different video. If anyone's interested, comment down below and I'll do a video on that. But where do you usually feel it? For me, I immediately feel it in my stomach. I can tell when something is off. Like you hear that, listen to your gut instinct. You'll feel something in your gut. And that's usually a message to you. It's always a message to you. So that's why when people make decisions in their life, some people make it based on fear. Some people make it based on listening to their intuition. Some people make it based on, I don't know, a number of different situations. But all we have are choices. And your choice is your choice. But that's why the best thing not to do is judge somebody else's decision, because that's their decision. It doesn't affect you. Your decision is right for you. Somebody else's decision is right for them. When we can stop this separation and judgment on what other people are doing or not doing, then we can start creating more peace within us. We can become more balanced within us and just move those emotions through you. You hear people say, I see it on social media all the time, they're not waking up. Well, guess what? It's not your job to wake them up. It's not. Let God work on them. If you feel like you know what your truth is, then you stick with that. I used to worry about all of that, and I just don't worry about it anymore because I know that's not my job. That's our Creator's job. And then there's other people, I feel like they have soul contracts to do their portion. But I know personally, that's not my job. That's not my purpose here. So listen to your emotions. Listen to your gut. What are you holding on to? And what are you maybe processing super fast? Get curious with yourself. There's no judgment in curiosity. That's how we learn and grow and evolve as souls. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and like the video, just because my goal is to get this message out. All my videos is to just get the message out for people to understand that they don't have to attach on to the narrative that is being projected onto us. There are ways to navigate through your emotions. There are ways to navigate through what's going on in our world. And the more you understand your own emotions, it allows you to start creating the kind of life you want to live, because you're in charge of your life. If you're watching this on Instagram, and if anybody is interested in my free workshop that I'm holding on the 3 magic steps in creating a new lease on life, on Instagram, just go in my bio section. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, just go in the description and the link will be there. It's a free workshop on January 22nd. There is limited seats, but I'd love to see y'all there. It's going to be fun. I'm going to make it fun. It's just for an evening, an hour and a half long. I'm not making it super, super, super long, but enough to get everyone to start thinking about what kind of life do you want to create in 2022. Because 22 is a master number, if anybody knows anything about numerology. And it is, well, it's a master builder number. So this is the year that you want to focus on what kind of life do you want to build, because it will manifest either by the end of this year or in 2023. So have a great evening. And if you have any comments, you'd like to share anything, feel free to post. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.